All right, a very tragic situation here in DFW as a Dallas police officer was executed by a lunatic who didn't think he had to obey the law. I have a very detailed news report for you from Dallas Fort Worth, Fox 4, DFW. Let's check it out.
Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia actually corrected reporters today who called the attack an ambush, saying his officer was executed. Late last night in Oak Cliff, Officer Darren Burks was shot and killed while he sat in his squad car. Two responding officers to that initial shooting were also shot in a gunfight. Officer Burks grew up in North Texas, graduating from Paul Quinn College, teaching math for nearly 20 years in high school before answering the call to protect and serve.
This is the man who killed Burks, Corey Cobb Bay. He's being described as somebody who didn't believe in the law and frequently recorded these interactions with police. The Dallas police chief said he planned to kill an officer last night, and he put many more people in danger when he led police on a high-speed chase.
Our coverage begins tonight with an update on the investigation. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager is outside Dallas Police Headquarters. Peyton.
Steve, and it was an emotional press conference this afternoon with Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia. Chief Garcia says the gunman walked up to Officer Burke's patrol car and opened fire in a matter of seconds. Investigators searched his Dallas home and also scrubbed the suspect's social media, and that's where investigators found evidence that the attack was planned.
Our department is hurting. We're grieving the loss of our brother. And while we stand behind and support his loved ones and our injured brother and sister officer who are in their own fight after this senseless evil act.
Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia called the killing of rookie officer Darren Burks premeditated. Investigators believe 30-year-old Corey Cobb Bay was looking to target officers Thursday evening when he parked his vehicle in the lot of an Oak Cliff Community Center off East Ledbetter Drive just after 10 p.m. 2 minutes later, Officer Burks stops in the same parking lot in between calls.
Cobb Bay approached Officer Burks and talked with him briefly through the driver's side window as he recorded the encounter with a cell phone. The suspect then pulled out a handgun and executed Officer Burks as he sat in his vehicle.
Police say Cobb Bay went to his vehicle and pulled out another weapon, a shotgun, as backup arrived on scene. That's when Senior Corporal Jamie Farmer got out and was immediately met with gunfire. Farmer was shot in the leg. Senior Corporal Carissa David also came to help. During an exchange of gunfire, she was shot in the face. Cobb Bay took off north on I-35 in his white Buick, leading police on a chase into Louisville. Dallas police surrounded Cobb Bay as he exited his vehicle on Stemmons Freeway and pointed a shotgun at police. 6 Dallas police officers opened fire, killing Cobb Bay. No officers were injured at this scene. 2 shotguns were recovered in Louisville. 2 handguns were found at the original scene in Oak Cliff. Chief Garcia says all 4 weapons were purchased legally. Officer Burks was rushed to Dallas Methodist, where he was pronounced dead. Meanwhile, Senior Corporal Farmer was taken to Baylor and released on Friday.
But it's just sad because was a teacher serving the community in a very positive way and decided it was time for another calling, which was being a police officer, which is honorable. And a rookie cop at that, lost his life because somebody who hates the police and hates the law, hates authority, all that nonsense.
Senior Corporal David remains at Baylor Medical Center in Dallas in critical condition.
Our officers were targeted by this coward. Our detectives have learned from social media that 3 days ago, Cobb Bay approached an unmarked squad car of an unknown law enforcement agency and recorded as he questioned the officers about why they were parked there. He expressed problems with his personal and professional life online. And 1 day ago, he made a post indicating an event was happening on Friday.
Is there any problem, officers?
Cobb Bay's social media shows recordings of police encounters like this one, which was recorded earlier this week, showing him confronting officers in an unmarked squad car. There's also evidence he considers himself a Moorish sovereign citizen, someone who believes they're above the law. Dallas police also say
One, don't approach an officer's car like that. It makes him very paranoid, and something was bound to happen with this guy. What is a Moorish sovereign citizen? Let's get some the definition of this. The Anti-Defamation League says the sovereign citizen movement began in the 1970s and identifies sovereign citizens as a part of an anti-government movement that, at its core, believes the U.S. government is not legitimate due to the Federal Reserve Act of 1933. The movement believes people can divorce themselves from illegitimate government to free themselves from authority. The League says there are two main varieties of a sovereign citizen, traditional and Moorish. Um, Yeah, so this is somebody who is very strong in his beliefs in this, whatever it is, this movement that he's a part of, and thinks he does not have to obey the law. Can go around the law, and that's why he hates police. That's why he killed a police officer.
Say he posted there would be a big event happening on Friday, but it was Thursday night when he decided to kill Officer Burks. And at the press conference today, Chief Garcia says that he was able to speak with Senior Corporal Farmer today in person. He was released from Baylor Hospital. Chief Garcia also was able to speak with Senior Corporal David at Baylor. She's still fighting and has a long road ahead. Chief Garcia says that he was also able to speak with Officer Burks' mother. There will be a press conference also on Monday. The Dallas Police Department will release the body camera footage and also the dash camera footage, and we will follow that on Monday.
Dallas Police Chief.
Tragic situation. And, I don't know if you remember what happened in Dallas back in 2016. I used to want to be a police officer, specifically a detective. I really wanted to be a detective, and it was when things started to change. In that 2016 time is when it got really bad, in my opinion. 2014, a lot of things happened, and then it got worse and worse, and it hit home in Dallas. I remember when I believe it was, 10 officers were shot, 7 died, I believe, at the hands of a lunatic, and I think they killed him with the robot or something. They had a bomb go off in a parking garage, but that hit home because it was so close. I live in DFW, and for that to happen in the general area, of the Metroplex, where I live in, it really hit home. And I changed that. It was that night where I made the decision I did not want to be a police officer anymore because things were getting out of control. Officers were losing their lives, and I just didn't want to suffer that same fate. Anything could happen to me, but there was a time when things were heightened, and I felt like police officers had a target on their back, and it's still very dangerous right now. But I respect the men and women who get up every day and do their job. I don't care what color you are, what gender you are. You're answering my call because I need help with something. You're doing your job to keep me safe, and these are honorable men and women. 99% of cops, in my opinion, are great people. Of course, you have your scumbags, you have your crooked cops and all that, but I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the ones honorable people like this guy here who just want to serve his community in a different way. Police officers don't make a ton of money, and especially Dallas PD, they don't make a lot of money, but he changed careers from being a teacher to being a police officer, 2 honorable jobs. And it's sad that, a 46-year-old guy made a change in his life from one career to another, and sadly he lost his life at the hands of a guy who had crazy beliefs. Yeah. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.